we have reached Clark County, Nevada in Jurassic World Evolution 3's campaign mode. You can see the description on the screen, but basically we're going to be creating a larger pterosaur theme park. So we're going to be including a ton of different pterosaurs over time. Only going to get to a couple of them today as we're just going through the campaign story. We'll come back later another time to make the rest of the park and make it look a lot prettier. But with that, we will pop right in to Clark County, Nevada.
Las Vegas. In Spanish, the Meadows. Huh. It brings to mind peaceful, rolling pastures and verdant land. But what we get are greedy opportunists rolling the dice on displaying prehistoric animals in sorely lacking enclosures. But then, aren't you also taking a gamble? Will you be able to get this site not just functional, but ethical? Roll up, place your bets, and good luck. You know, if you believe in that sort of thing.
When you said we were going to Vegas, I was expecting glitz, glamour, and maybe a night on the town, huh? But, that'll teach me for being optimistic. What was this place again?
I believe that the original owner called it a prehistoric
Okay, what do we got to
playland
work with?
Some such.
Got
The new owner, our
response
client,
facility,
wants us to
control
take better care
center,
of these animals.
arrival point.
And I bet they're expecting some impressive profits given the Vegas adjacent real estate. Oh, I have a good feeling about this.
See, the problem is I've seen some ideas of making this really feel like Vegas, but this just doesn't give Vegas vibes. It just gives desert, which is, it feels like Malta. Okay, so we need $150,000 profit per minute, 40 flying dinosaur reptiles, don't at me, infrastructure, maintenance, blah, 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 number of species, 10, okay.
To help out, I brought in a freelance crisis manager. She was a big name at Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, until they went under, catastrophically. But I'm sure that had nothing to do with you, Lily. Nothing at all.
Thank you, Cabot. And hello, everyone. Now, our most pressing task is to get these animals recontained, which means repairing that aviary. Unless we want those high flyers to escape to the bright lights of the city, of course.
I'm not entirely opposed. I like the idea of creating an actual city and just letting it be overrun with dinosaurs, but you can't. Well, maybe you can do that with the modular building now. Another time, not today. So I don't actually know if it's faster if I just tell the maintenance team to do these, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And I realize I failed to add in the staff center in the Badlands. I'm also mixing up the name Badlands because I would like to rename the Badlands to Grants Pass.
And I should say, it's
but that's just the bad dad
especially good
jokes
to
in
see
me.
you again, Kira.
You two know each other, huh?
Lily was a mentor for me. She gave me my first opportunities in paleocuration.
And you walked away from those opportunities with a copy of my contacts database in your pocket. She was a cunning young raptor even then.
Yes, well, I learned from the best. But let's just focus on recontaining the escaped flying reptiles.
Getting the generator back up.
So I'm a little stubborn, and I refuse to just let the capture team do this themselves. So I went in, and I am going to move through this faster because I apparently suck at tranquilizing flying pterosaurs. So I don't know how I hit this one here through the aviary when it said I couldn't. But then the rest of this took an embarrassingly long time to do. So suffice it to say, we are just going to fly right on through that. Pun intended.
Attention all science personnel.
Well, I hate that.
Open
So,
center.
a perfect opportunity for us to use an invisible path.
Looking good. But if this place is gonna hit the jackpot, we'll need these animals to be visible to our guests. And we should make it clear that the park's under new management with some stylish scenery, too.
Oh, yeah. What's a sideshow without the show, after all?
All those old structures that were on the site when we got here don't exactly shout high-end establishment.
Well, obviously
Remember,
that's not
you
what I'm
can
going for now.
demolish anything you don't like, or dress it up with some lovely scenery items. Do a good job, and I might hire you to revitalize my porch.
Like I said, I'm not going to remove those because I'm going to use it as more of this rundown. I think that that's just going to add to it. So I want this to feel very desert, Wild West kind of a vibe over here. Maybe a dig site that we can just create in here. But I don't want to turn this into Vegas because I'm not competing with Vegas. Even if we're going to play with the modular building for a second, just to spruce up the hatchery here, so it feels like when people actually walk in, because everyone walks into the hatchery, and I want it to feel like that makes sense as maybe like an extra, maybe it's an informational space for the pteranodons that are in there right now, or something else. But we're gonna spruce this up and change it a little bit so that it doesn't look like every other aviary, but it's obviously, I'm not going to go crazy with it yet.
If this site runs out of money, well, that would be a crisis in its own right. Use the arrival point to open the park. Then we can get back to work.
Attention personnel.
Our client wants more species on site. This is a non-negotiable part of our contract, so do whatever needs to be done to make it happen. Lily, could you lend your guidance?
Oh, of course. Building a new aviary is step one, and it's crucial to get right. The proper environment will keep these animals happy enough to prevent an escape attempt. When the aviary is set up, then we can look into bringing more flying animals on site. The guests will love that, I'm sure.
Okay, gotta play with the angle here for a second, and then we're gonna put in a few aviary domes here. And this is gonna be where we're gonna put the star, to me, of this park, which is gonna be the CAIUAJARA.
Time for us to make use of that genome, don't you think? Go ahead, synthesize, incubate, release, profit. Oh wait, did I say that last one out loud?
Side note, there's nothing wrong with making a profit at a park. If it's good, people are gonna pay for it. So yeah, let's make a profit on a dinosaur park. Or a pterosaur park. You know what I meant. Easiest contract in the world, putting one shelter in, and a quick whatever they're paying me for it. I don't remember. I'm not doing this for the money because I don't keep track of money. On that note though, is it just me or does it feel like it was much harder to manage finances in Evolution 1 and Evolution 2? Because this, to right now at least, feels incredibly easy to manage finances. We could use one of the normal viewing galleries that are provided, but we're going to turn this one into a CAIUAJARA specific one, but more on that later. And if we're going to make this the star of our park right now, we're going to put all of our shopping right next to it. So we're going to have 2 medium food and drink and then a smaller shopping space because I can't fit a larger one in right there.
The dinosaurs did not evolve for this world. Their struggles to adapt should be evidence of this. But you reject that fact, and you endanger human life in doing so. Dr. Malcolm was right. Nature must be allowed to take its course without human intervention. If that means a re-extinction of dinosaurs, so be it. We are Extinction now. And this is our warning to you. End your work. Dissolve the dinosaur integration network, or this will no longer just be a warning.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
You know, I see where they're coming from. Nature should be revered, but the situation, I must say, has evolved since Mount Sibo's eruption on Isla Nublar. The dinosaurs aren't isolated on an island anymore. Our actions don't just affect prehistoric life, but human life also. But I suppose people will see what they want to see, and we can't stop them. Trust me, I've tried.
It's petty idealism being dressed up as a fact of nature. Our work is too important to allow this to slow us down.
Geez, your self-belief is admirable. You know, others have had that same confidence with, let's say, mixed results.
Let's keep doing what we're doing. It's not like they'll actually be able to stop us anyway, huh?
Mr. Finch, I was just talking to our client about their ambitions to expand the park. Do you have something you want to explain?
Okay, don't be mad, but I have a lot of friends/enemies/debt in Vegas, and I knew we'd need a crisis manager if we ever wanted to cut through the red tape and expand the site. And guess what? It worked, huh? Of course, Lily stormed off as soon as I told her, but she's dealt with jobs falling apart before. I said she was at Jurassic World, didn't I?
I am truly disappointed in you, Finch. But, I confess, the client will be happy. The red tape is down, but the land still needs to be paid for. We should generate enough funds to make this happen. The prospect of a breeding program helped secure this contract, and now it is time to deliver on that. Dr. Baldera, I assume your research applies to flying reptiles as well?
In science, we don't assume. We postulate, we hypothesize, we test.
Aren't those just very fancy words for guess?
Okay, so I've studied flying reptiles a little less. Not so big on heights, but the principles are very much the same. Our flyers will need nests if we're going to encourage their natural wild behaviors.
I'm still struggling a little bit to move around the aviary with building things, but we got there eventually. We got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity of the park.
All right, over here, I want to put some sort of dig site in here, and I am not fully, I don't fully understand how it's going to look or what it's going to be, which is normally my strategy. I have a concept of a plan, and then I will see what it turns into. We need to put in the nests for our flying pterosaurs, so we'll put those in real quick and then hopefully get right back to the dig site. Hopefully I don't get too distracted. No promises though.
Predict an incoming sandstorm.
The site is getting more impressive by the day, but increasing diversity within our population would provide both scientific and entertainment value. That should be our next target.
I've been reaching out to potential clients and have now had all the responses I wanted. The news is, well, I think you'll be as pleased and pleasantly surprised as I am. But let's talk about this with a map in front of us.
Just a quick second to put down our, or we can just wait and do that later.
East Asia. Vast, mysterious, and beautiful. And, of course, bed of so much discovery and history and progress. But you know, it's a complex, chaotic world out there. And now, that global complexity, that intercontinental chaos, will have another fascinating variable to it. You. What could possibly go wrong?
Certainly nothing that we can't handle, I'm sure. But allow me to give a proper briefing on these incredible opportunities. In Indonesia, there are rumors of disease in local dinosaur populations. We are tasked with developing a facility to monitor and handle any outbreaks. A conservation-minded client in China has asked for our help in creating a spacious sanctuary for prehistoric giants. And there is a theme park in Japan that has fallen to ruin. We will need to put it back in working order and make it the success it was always meant to be. All three of these sites are significant, both in the importance of the work and in their benefit to our global reputation. These clients expect a lot of us. We best not disappoint.
All right, I'll get to that in a bit, but first I want to put the hatchery down here and then do a couple more things here in Clark County before we move on to our next location. I've never actually been to a dig site for dinosaurs. I would love to, though, if somebody knows where I can do that, but I've never been. So I'm creating what I would envision for a dig site, trying to take some from Jurassic Park when we see them, but doing my best. If anybody knows someone who is a paleontologist or does dig up dinosaur bones, please comment in this. Let me know how bad I did and where I can improve this to make it better, because I am just throwing this together in a way that makes sense with the modular building and putting things on here that I think are awesome. I have absolutely loved the modular building and putting these things together, having things stack on each other. I am having way too much fun getting lost in putting these together, which is why I'm trying as much as possible to not do it during these first few videos of the campaign. We will go back through the locations another time and make them prettier, but if I actually did that all today, every single one of these videos would be over an hour because I will quickly get lost in all of this. We are going to put a couple more pterosaurs in our park right now. We're just going to put 2 more in today that we have at the moment. I'm not putting them in until I have 70% of the genome so I can do male and female for all of our pterosaurs in here. So we'll put these ones in here right now. And then I need to get back to creating the viewing gallery or redesigning it for our CAIUAJARA that I mentioned earlier. So apparently I suck at technology and did not record everything that I thought I did in putting the rest of this together, but this is our CAIUAJARA entrance for viewing them. And then going through the rest of our park, we widened the path a little bit. It still is incredibly crowded right now. I'll have to fix that later. And then as we go past the hotel, we've also got up here our fossil zone. And this is going to be that dig site that we'd started working on before, that people can, if they want to, they can walk over there and see what we're doing and see what that looks like. I wanted it to be more open to the public, so you can go through and see that with the big lights. It's a little more just aesthetic than it is function, but putting some of the dinosaur bones in here as well that people can enjoy and see for the park. I'm having way too much fun with the modular building and putting things together. I think there's still a ton to learn to get better at, but this is at least the start to trying to make these parks feel a little bit more unique and different for every single different location moving forward. And backwards, because we'll go back to the Badlands and Kauai later to put those together, and as we have to go through and build up more of those parks, we'll take care of that then. And that leaves us at a fork in the road here, or a 3-pronged fork in the road here, where we have to decide if we are going to be going to any of these 3 locations in Asia. So we can go to China, we can go to Japan, or we can go to Indonesia. I'm leaning towards going to China right now, but I'm always open to being convinced otherwise. So if you catch this and you'd like me to go somewhere different, put it in the comments, convince me to go somewhere else. But until then, I will see you on the next build.